Welcome back to AM Northwest. Let me just show you a little example.
I gotta find my sheet
stuff,
here. Yeah.
Nice and organized. Helen's stuff, not so much. If you have the same problem with your significant other or work partner, Helen, I think that Karina can maybe help us out a little bit this morning. Hi, Karina.
With the help of Vicki Norris, hi, Ken, we are restoring order. We're defying the law of physics by having two solids occupying one space.
That's right, and no less a husband and wife team.
Wow. Wow. Okay, we have some before pictures.
That's right. I want you to see both the husband's and the wife's office. So what we have in the wife's office beforehand is we just have, she had a satellite office supply store. She had too much office supplies and incoming material, and she was just creating too many systems. So now I want to show you the husband's office before, which is where they both ultimately moved into.
Okay.
And he was an office supply abuser. So he had lots of office supplies, what he was doing with them, had a random use of color, his signage, his maps were inaccessible, and they're realtors, so that's really important. And they had no archival system for paper. That was another major issue.
Okay, so some big issues to start off with. Where do you begin?
Well, the first way we started with was an interview. We wanted to find out, what does Nick need and what does Jody need to make this office really hum? So what we wanted to do was put some paper that was accessible to both of them. Isn't this fabulous?
This is so much better.
I know, it just has a better, lighter feeling. So what we did, and you showed some of the files already, but we gave them all their financial files in the top drawer. Now before, what you don't know is that all this was facing Nick's desk right here. It was legal size, and it was facing one direction. So we wanted to make these front loading so that both Nick and Jody could access them. Then here in the bottom drawer, we gave them business files and personal files. And the business are nearer to Nick, and the personal files are nearer to Jody. And we discovered what their unique subcategories were. Jody is the one that makes files, so we put extra file folders.
And that's a big part of what this was assigning some roles and eliminating redundancy.
Oh, absolutely. You know, we had to figure out, what does Nick do and what does Jody do?
They needed to know that too.
They needed to know that. So what Nick does, he's in charge of business development and procurement of new clients, and then Jody's the transaction manager.
Okay, so she had her own transactional things over here.
That's right. This is her area. She's got the transaction files in the bottom drawer here that she manages. And then up here above, we put all the paper and labels. Only paper and labels.
Only paper and labels, that's the key.
Right, because they were sort of stashing anything in here that would fit. And the same thing was going on in here. It's like if there was an open space, things were just sort of getting tossed. And a lot of people do this in homes as well.
Absolutely. It's not just an office issue. This is something everywhere. And what I always see when we do a Vicki Norris story are the fabulous little labels.
Yeah, well, that way when they have office supplies, technology supplies, and paper supplies, they're going to really think twice before they just dump anything else in here. They're going to try to keep it limited to those items only.
Fabulous. Okay, and the other thing that we did to prevent dumping, and I've seen you do this at home.
Yeah, that's right. We try to put things on surfaces so that people don't shove things on there, because again, we had maps and signage that was really high and inaccessible, but they were going vertical to find more space, and so we just put some nice decorator items here, and then we put the reference over here, because Nick uses that more, right?
On his side. And this is a little bit less accessible, and those are things we don't look at as often.
Right, he doesn't get into those as much. And then this is Nick's station over here. So what he has over here is a place to process all of the incoming paper. Everybody needs that in homes as well. A place to just deal with the mail and all the incoming paper.
As it comes in, just somewhere to put it so you're not just stashing.
That's right, and so things he can discuss with Jody, that's another thing. Communication is so important between husband and wife, knowing who's doing what and why. And then of course, since he's in charge of business development, we could put some opportunities here that he can process through, and then he's got his personal and business projects. So he's no longer suffering from office supply abuse.
Yay! All right, well, let's hear from our fabulous couple. Come on in. Nick, Jody, welcome. Thank you for letting us invade your space. What do you think?
Oh, I love it. I'm so excited.
I've wanted to get it looking like this, but it's always been too busy doing the business to
actually organize it.
Yeah.
Now, is this something that you're going to take home with you?
Yes, definitely. It's already started. When Vicki came in, she said, "Now you're not going to take this home and dump it at home. You're going to." She helped me organize what I was taking home.
She restored order.
Yes.
Yeah.
Terrific.
Completely. It's the best thing. We have a whole process system is the best business investment.
And I'm so proud of them because, you know, they really went the distance, too. A lot of people stop short of doing all that needs to be done, and there is nothing untouched in this office. They went the distance.
All right, viewers who are watching who want to have Vicki Norris come and perform this miracle for them, call this number. We have it on the screen.
503-625-5774 at Restoring Order.
And you can always head to K2.com for all the information. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so
Congratulations. All right, tossing it back.
Karina, look, Helen has her stuff all in one neat pile.
We have restored order to the
You've
set.
restored order. All right, my desk is next.
Thank you, Karina. Thank you, Vicki. We appreciate that.